Where are you? We got some work to do.
You guys probably remember me from my guest appearance in the hit TV show Scooby Doo.
Some help from you now. Come on, Scooby-Doo. I see you.
I was the miner and the wizard and the ship captain.
You're the
But
hero.
Melanie, my friend Melanie down in Baltimore,
Shake and shake.
asked, what confirmed that haunting in those pictures at the Pritchard House in on the Kernstown battlefield, Civil War battlefield in Virginia? And so I've probably been down to Kernstown battlefield for half a dozen living history encampments. So I've been there often. But in those particular pictures, in that instance, we were hearing people walking around right next to us, and there's no one there. And there was at least a dozen of us standing right there. And in the next room, there's people walking around. We're looking right in the room. There's no one there. Throughout the entire weekend in those pictures, we could hear people walking through the house, and they're no more than this far away from us. And they're right there. They're walking from a chair to a table to another table to a chair, as if they are existing in another time period and don't see us and we can't see them. That's what was happening in those pictures. The person sleeping on the floor was my daughter. My daughter's accustomed to those kinds of things, so my daughter had a very good night's sleep. She just went to bed. But even when I was laying down and going to sleep, I could still hear people like they're right there in the room, just like if we were hanging out in the same room. That same weekend, about 10 o'clock, there was a bunch of us just hanging out on the picnic tables up by the museum, and we're just chatting. All Civil War reenactors. It's about a dozen of us. And one of the young girls, my daughter's age, they were down at the campsite, which was a couple hundred yards away, 500 yards away. And it was dark, and we have a campfire. It's all Civil War. There's nothing modern down there. And one of the young girls bolts up and runs as fast as she can up to where we're standing. And she's freaking out. She's shaking like a leaf. She's pale as a ghost. And we're like, what happened? What happened? And she said she was just sitting there at the fire, probably roasting a marshmallow or something. But she was sitting at the fire, and she said a Confederate soldier walked right up to her. She turned around to look at him, and she said it was a full blown apparition. And he said, "You shouldn't be here." And she got up and ran to where we were. On another occasion, I was there, and a friend of mine is a professional investigator, paranormal investigator. And so he has all the fancy equipment, and he got his equipment out. And he started asking the people there who they were and if they were particular people who had lived there during the Civil War, Mrs. Pritchard, Mr. Pritchard, that sort of thing. And they were answering, and it was Mrs. Pritchard. And he was asking them very detailed, pointed questions, not very general questions, that people would have known about what happened there. And they were answering with little lights. Like if it was no, the red light would go off. And if it was yes, the green light would go off. And so that, for me, confirmed that. There at Kernstown, I've never seen anything with my own eyes. In Gettysburg, I have on a couple of occasions. I've seen full blown apparitions a mile from my house. Um, when I first moved here, things would disappear out of my very clean, very sparse apartment. And I asked them to stop, and it did. And then I can have all the windows closed in this apartment. And this is not Chicago. This isn't a windy area. There's mountains around. This is very hilly. I can have all the windows closed. There's no wind coming in. I can be laying right there in my bed about 12 feet away in my bedroom, and doors will slam in here in the middle of the night. my daughter's bedroom door will slam, the bathroom door will slam in the middle of the night. And again, I asked him to knock it off, and it did. So I've had some weird experiences, I guess. But in regard to those particular photos, Melanie, that's what happened at Kernstown. So, you guys, I wanted to get out for Walk on Mess this weekend. That's not going to happen. I don't have a ride. I don't have assistance to go where I wanted to go. I wanted to show you guys West Confederate Avenue from wheelchair view. I won't take this wheelchair that I'm in outside because this is my Cadillac indoor. I don't want this to get trashed. This is a nice wheelchair my friend Grateful Egg gave me, and it rolls really nice. It's really nice. If I take it outside, it'll get rickety. But I still wanted to go out just this once for Walk on Mess. And so if I can't do that this weekend, I will get to it in the next week because I'd sure like to do something fun for Walk on Mess. And if I can still possibly live stream that or anybody can assist me with that, let me know. Because I wanted to get on a West Confederate Avenue, share some stories with you guys from family stories that I probably have never put on video. But so that is your haunted historical Walk on Mess short of the day. And so I'm chilling, and my friend Grateful Ed was here and gave me a ride so I can pay my rent. And so all of my responsibilities have been checked off my to-do list. And Ed gave me a turkey. Thanks for the turkey, Ed. And we might go see the Grateful Dead in August at Hershey, my old stomping grounds. I laid out every plant in that entire place personally by hand. So that will be something else. The last time I was at Hershey to see the Grateful Dead, I took my daughter on tour. Sage was 6, and we went to, I think we went to Manassas Bull Run. We went to Camden under the bridge in Philly. And then we went to Hershey Stadium and Hershey Park and Hershey, Pennsylvania, Chocolate Town, USA, my old hometown. And we saw it was Willie Nelson and Phil Lesh, who, by the way, the Phil Lesh Foundation is a foundation for hereditary hemochromatosis. And I've been a member of that for like 15 years. Of Phil Lesh, he has hemochromatosis. It's a miracle at his age he's still alive. Phil Lesh, Dickie Betts, Warren Haynes from the Allman Brothers, Willie Nelson, Phil Lesh, Bob Weir. Yeah, it was all-star lineup. My daughter had a blast. She was 6. There's all these other little Dead Egg kids there. And we had a lot of fun. And we had a lot of fun. We camped out, me and my kid on tour, just the two of us. And my daughter saw 13 Grateful Dead shows before she was 1. We took her on a summer tour, I think in 1997, 98. Yeah. So if my friend Ed's going to take me to that and buy a ticket with a bunch of old Deadheads, and I haven't been to see the Dead in I don't know, 15, 16 years or something. So that should be an experience. My wife's used to say Sage's mom, and me and Sage's mom met on Dead Tour in 1993 on Spring Tour in North Carolina. And she used to say, she goes, it doesn't matter where we are from coast to coast. Every town we go to, somebody knows you. So we'll see what happens after all these years. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? So hopefully I can find a little house in the hills out in the country for very cheap so I can get out of here and save some badly needed money. And that would be great. And so I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. And I'm playing Star Wars, right? Hell, the Little Yoda rules. And so I'm chilling. I'm going to play some Star Wars. I might live stream on my Twitch channel at 4:20, between 4:20 and 6 o'clock. And so, as always, I'm inviting my Facebook family to come by and say hi on my Twitch channel. And so, you guys, I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend hanging out with friends and family, and you guys are probably barbecuing and stuff. And I really want to get out on the battlefield. It's Walk MS weekend. And again, my friends who donated to Walk MS, thank you. for helping people like me get the fuck out of these wheelchairs. I said that, didn't I? F-bomb. Rock and roll. Never ever keep it completely non-R rated, and life will never become dull and boring. Guys, I love you to death. You guys have an awesome weekend, and I hope you enjoyed the Ghost Tales. Be well, y'all. See y'all soon.